Do you know who you are? You're not just the one person. We forget what we are made of, what we are driven by, lost by, and exist by.
Welcome to another English edition of the Kollektiv podcast. Today we're very pleased to welcome PATRICIA NARBON, fashion designer, musician and all-around artist. Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
PATRICIA, you're from Spain originally, from Barcelona, I guess?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell me where to get a good paella in Vienna?
In Vienna?
Yes. Is there any way to get a good paella in Vienna?
Oh my God.
Any restaurant?
No, not that I know. I've never was in a Spanish restaurant in Vienna, to be honest. I just cooked at home. But for a paella, you need fresh ingredients that I don't know where you could get in Vienna.
Yeah, the ingredients I guess you can get in the supermarket, but is it
like,
are the right? I think you have to have the correct rice type, right?
Yeah, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff you need that. Yeah. I love it, but I haven't done my research yet in the paella
you don't miss
world
it.
here. Yeah, totally. But every time I go back, I just eat there.
We're not here to talk about food. We will talk about fashion and music, and of course your profession as an artist as well, because you have had some phenomenal success as a fashion designer. As of yet, you have been featured on the Vogue, right? For example, your designs. Yeah. How come? How did that happen?
It was basically I presented a collection in Barcelona in the fashion week there, and then I don't know. Then the next day I saw the collection was on Vogue. I guess their PR or press works with them and then send them the pictures. So it's usually like that. It's not really like there's a submit button on their website and you get in touch with them. It's more like they find you and they publish you, or of course they invite you for an interview and so on. But in my case, it was like that. I presented in the fashion week there, and then in different magazines it was the collection, and one of them was the Vogue. So.
Yeah, I saw a video of you because there are only 2 videos on your YouTube channel as of yet. One video is a music video of you, and the second video is one of your fashion shows where the music is playing in the background, right?
Ah, yes. Okay, so on my fashion YouTube, like on Narbon, the label, yes, I had my song on the background, like I looped it, I talked with the DJ there, and we, Zara is the name of the DJ, and we looped the song for the show, and it's this song running, and so it has a very rhythmic tempo, and I figured out it was really good for the catwalk.
You have studied in Vienna. Are you finished yet?
Yeah, I graduated in 2018. Yeah. So I studied graphic design in Barcelona for like 2-3 years, and then I came to Vienna for an Erasmus in the fashion department from the Angewandte, and then I liked it a lot, so I just did a university transfer and finished in fashion in 2018.
So you changed?
Yes, because I realized the part that I liked the most from the graphic was the fashion itself, or the graphic design aspect for me was not the final goal, was just the medium, and then the goal was then of course more like in the fashion area.
Did you always have an interest in fashion, or did it start at the university?
Well, I guess, I mean, making fashion myself was not like a thing, you know, as a kid, stories you hear people, oh yeah, as a kid I was, you know, sewing or trying to do this and that. I was not like that. I was just artistic, and fashion was, I don't know, it's just there, like it's just there. I don't know, you sometimes have ideas and you want to express them through different mediums, and as I said, I did stuff, I was drawing, I was building stuff, and fashion was just another language to express myself that made sense.
I am no one, and I am everyone. And if loneliness still haunts you, remember what lies underneath, and you can grow a field of flowers.
Are you only a designer, or do you like work on the parts yourself?
I do everything myself, actually. That's why I do yearly collections, because I produce everything by myself. Or I have, for example, for the knits, an artist here in Vienna, and she's doing the knits. But it's mainly me. That's why I love do the embellishments, everything myself. That's why yearly collections, and I sell by order. So I don't work with the stock. If someone wants something, then it's produced.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
I see your prices also in another light now, because it's actually quite affordable. I think the parts you have in your shop are quite affordable for that. It will be produced for you, only for you, like tailored for your size or something.
Yeah. I mean, of course, like the price, of course, is not like the all budgets friendly, and that's why I also offer the rental option. I rent mainly, and then someone wants for an evening a dress, or musicians, artists, an actress to attend an event, wants to wear this and that. You don't have to own something that you're gonna wear just once in your life or twice. It's also a little bit this idea of overconsumption or overproduction of things, and I rather have something that rotates and can be in many different lives, touched by many different people somehow. And then, of course, at home I do the dry cleaning. If something, a button got loose, or a piece of the embellishment fell off, you can refix it, and it's a living garment.
Yeah, I saw that on your website, that you're quite ethically inspired as well with the fashion industry. What do you think about the fashion industry as a whole? What are trying to change or trying to make a difference there?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I just don't think I'm like changing, or I don't think I have the power or influence to do that. Of course, I can influence my direct influence sphere. So I don't know, I think fashion is changing a lot. It's exciting, and everyone is getting more aware. Of course, it's like with everything, it's a process. We maybe won't even feel when it's changing, because it's like a step-by-step thing. But there's some stuff going on, and of course still there's a capitalist system that has to be sustained. So it's not a fashion, and it's the system that is needing to be changed mainly, I think.
Yeah. Do you see some parallels with Vivienne Westwood, for example?
With Vivienne Westwood?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a punk, and she started with all. Definitely, it's every generation has its punk, its person that is coming to break the system down, and with everyone there's not like a huge change, but there's things that remain and give some base for the next punk of the next generation to build on, and then eventually a big change comes.
Yeah, I met her a few times. That's why I bring up Vivienne Westwood. I met her at the Salzburg Festival, for example, and every time she tells me about the power in the background that is trying to bring the people to kill the people. We have to change the system and something like that. So she's not like she's all punk.
Yeah, she is.
She's all punk. But so you see, you can make a difference, of course, if you talk about in interviews, for example, and try to inspire people. This interview here will also be consumed by hundreds, maybe thousands of people. So you can make a difference if you follow a certain path. Of course, you know that. What inspires your fashion mainly? Is it how is the creative process?
Yeah, I mean, in all my creative process in general, so with music, it starts with a story, and it's all in here, and then with that, like with fashion, I check for fabrics. I like to read through books, go to nature. I don't know, like I think it's always starting with a feeling. It's really like an introspective thing. Like I go inside and from all the emotions I feel this is the strongest that need to go out, and that's why I don't know, like I have collections, of course, like every piece, every look. I don't have these collections that somehow you have this clear concept that you have these prints that are repeated in here and there. So every look is like a different character. So you will have maybe this piece that is like velvet Anzug, like suit with all stars embellished, and the next is a lime green tulle dress that apparently is not related, but both are sharing this core emotion. So
Yeah, you like colors, I think.
a
and,
lot.
yeah.
I don't know. I think black is so lazy. I don't like. I mean, respect for everyone who likes to work with black, but it makes me very sad and depressed. And I don't. I always say I'll go full black when my funeral or something. But
Also, it's the things I've seen in the clip from one fashion show. They look like ready-to-wear stuff. It's really something you can wear in everyday life as well. It's not like completely concept haute couture, right?
yeah, that's. I mean, it would be denominated like demi couture because it's this. So high fashion that will be defined but crafted using these traditional techniques, tailored with exquisite fabrics and treatments, but the shapes, the cut, at the end of the day, the use of it can be used by everyone. So it's not like this super fancy gown that, I don't know, you will maybe just find that you pay 10K and you wear it once, but okay, but it's actually a gown that you can walk comfortably because the lining is how it approaches your body, or the size is actually one size that fits everyone. So yeah, that's mainly the thing.
When you start your creative process, when you try to design some new stuff, what are you most passionate about? What is the most important part of the garment or of the design?
Fabrics. I think the fabric. I go first to before even defining the shape, I just go to the fabrics and touch it, put it against my face, how it feels to the skin and how heavy or how it shines. I like to put it with the light because some fabrics really come to life when they have different light conditions, and so I just really like the fabrics.
Is this something you like to use regularly or something you don't use any time?
I mean, I don't use polyester or all these materials, and I really like silk. And I mean, tulle, of course. Like, tulle it's just so fun. I think you can do anything. But then, of course, I like heavy jacquard, brocade materials, and velvet. It's also this material that is just wonderful every time.
If you design a collection or if you prepare for a show, do you have some underlying idea for the whole collection there? Is it you pick a topic and you go with that, or is every piece completely different? Like, I don't know, you can choose it how you want it. Which way would you go?
So, yeah, I mean,
how do you choose a main topic if there is any?
So as I said, like I have this feeling or this core emotion, and from that a story develops. So for example, for my graduation collection there, I felt somehow like this feeling of the sea, of the ocean. I then just of course felt maybe more homesick in the process, and then I had to take from the story of my mother. She's from Tenerife, she's from the island, and the story she told me from my grandmother, and then from there I started developing this story of this woman that went every night to sea and then somehow changed when she was away and became different characters, and then eventually when she went to the sea she became like foam, and that's why the embellishments also had these pearls and this idea also of like close and open and the change. And I don't know, I also love reading and surrealist artists. So I read this book also about this artist Remedios Varo and Leonora Carrington, and all these artists I feel very keen to, and then I developed these characters like parts of a novel.
Are you working on a new collection right now?
Yes.
What is it about?
I cannot say. Yeah, I cannot say. Some beautiful, wonderful flowers, plants, and
Okay.
yeah.
Because you went outside a lot during the Corona crisis, or?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it was very beautiful in nature.
Mm.
There's no one, and yeah, in general, one should always be going back to nature often.
Did you grow up in the city or on the countryside?
No, I'm actually from a town. It's like 20 kilometers away from Barcelona by the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it's on the mountain, but the sea is like 10 minutes away, so you get both. So
Best
you're in a
location.
mountain and you still see, and this strong connection to nature, like often going around. That was really nice.
Yeah, here in Vienna, you don't have to go very far to be on the countryside as well.
No.
We spoke about Salzburg earlier, for example. What was your story from Salzburg? Why did you go there?
No, Salzburg.
seas.
I think when you're not from Austria and you think Austria, then you think this like Tyrol landscape and lakes and all this.
Mountains.
So yeah, and then yeah, of course, like when I started living in Austria, I went often to Monze and to the lakes around, and I felt wow, oh, it's so beautiful there.
Mhm.
The contrast, I love the contrast. I think it's so exciting. You have the huge mountains, you have the lakes, and it's so cozy, and I just really like the region, to be honest. I think Salzburg, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's popular.
Yeah.
Of course, I also think that many tourists, when they come to Austria, they visit Vienna, of course, but sometimes they miss out if they are not going to Salzburg. Also, Vorarlberg is also, I think, very pretty.
Totally, and they talk
No.
very funny, and I think it's really adorable. The dialect, it's funny.
Yeah, the Bodensee, for example, it's
Yeah.
also a very nice scenery. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there in Bodensee quite often also. Yeah, I like they have this Zeppelin flying around.
Did we already talk about why you came to Austria?
I think we did not.
No?
Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe, because I was saying the thing that I studied in Barcelona, and then I did the Erasmus in
Yeah.
the Angewandte, and then I stayed. So
Yeah.
it was mainly that I came to Austria because
Or the
studying. Yeah.
So why did you stay?
Yeah. So I graduated, and then my plan was to go to Florence for an internship there, and I would have liked to, but yeah, eventually after graduation, I got invited for fashion weeks. I started having clients and started working, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it next month. Yeah, I'll do it next month, and now it's been years and I'm still here. Also, I started the band, I started the music project, and of course, like label, booking, and everything, the network it's here. So
Okay,
for
nice.
now it makes sense. It's anyway good because Vienna is so strategic, you're so close to everywhere, you can go everywhere by
Yeah.
car.
So you have a lot of clients in Austria. You can live off of that alone?
You mean like financially?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Cool.
If one doesn't have luxury expenses or kind of a very overpriced lifestyle, it's okay. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
the self-ständig lifestyle is also not for everyone, because of course every month is like, well, let's see what happens, you know.
Mhm.
But no, I think for now it's working.
Do you design? That's what I didn't grasp yet. Are you only designing for female clothing or also male clothing?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what is male or female clothing, you know? Like, I have male clients renting a gown, and I had Conchita Wurst wearing stuff, and I don't know, I think there's clothes, and then there's people, and you can wear whatever you want. So when it comes to patterns, of course, some have like the traditional female cut, but most of it I also go for a very gender neutral silhouette, so it fits everyone. Yeah,
Okay, so you also do like trousers.
totally. Yeah, I have trousers.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, you already started to talk about it. Let's talk about music.
Okay.
When did you start making music and why?
Yeah, music always. Like music, I studied in when I don't know, when I was a kid, I went to the Conservatorio, el Liceu in Barcelona, and I studied piano, I studied music theory, and I started solfeo, I don't know, in English, and I did like 4 years, and then the career is like 8 years, and then there was this point where it was like, okay, you like quit school and you are a musician, and there I was like, no, it's too early for that. I don't know, I felt like the moment that I caged it, that I professionalized it in this very limiting way, I lost the interest. I didn't then play the piano, I didn't do music for like 3 years. I didn't, piano at home, I didn't even look at it. It felt really like, totally, I had this moment that I totally rejected. And then one day I sit down and I start just playing with it, doing my own stuff, and then it made sense, and then I really liked it, and actually I always had the piano as a, I felt bad when I didn't feel okay, and then I sit down and I do my thing, and it's just very therapeutic. So I did music always, and let's say I came out as a musician 2 years ago. Yeah, Corona year doesn't count, so 2 years ago, and then I started with a band.
Yeah, how come? Did you meet Conchita and did she tell you,
No.
hey?
No, I actually really keep the fashion and the music apart. Some people really, I had musicians renting me stuff from the fashion. They have no clue I'm a musician. And then I go to music events and I have seen them and they don't recognize me because, you know, when as a fashion designer, it's not about me. I don't put myself as a person out there. So it's actually fun that both things, yeah. Sometimes they're not really related, so yeah.
Yeah, but you can design your own special clothes
Totally.
for appearances. That's quite an advantage, if you ask me.
Yeah,
and
totally.
of course, if the music transpires and if you can do it like a music video can be like a fashion show,
Oh my God.
for example.
Yeah.
So when I discovered your music, I thought, wow, that's a very big sounding a piece of art there, and it's not overly commercial, but it has a nice a chorus, of course. So did you write that yourself? Did you produce it yourself? Do you have some help? Did you meet someone, a music producer or something?
I'm gonna tell you the process. So basically,
yeah.
I read the songs, I read the lyrics. It starts with me in a piano, having a strong emotion, sit down, I work for it, I don't know. Don't realize 2 hours, 4 hours, I don't know, I'm just there. And then it comes out a melody with a basic structure, the lyrics and the whole mood. Then I meet Paul and I show him and I'm like, listen, what do you think? And then, oh cool, then we go to studio and then he then goes with the drums, gives a structure to the song, and then with that we record demo at home. We have a little studio, and then with this demo we go to our producer. This is Mario Patacek, and he's great. He's with Munt and with Wilson, Asim label. He's a great guy. He's totally adorable, and then with him we create the hit.
Okay.
So that's
so
the process.
you re-record it there, then?
Yeah, of course, because a demo is something you do just, yeah, it's basically like if you would make a painting and then you do on your sketchbook, you do a sketch. So this is the demo, and then you go and Mario puts the canvas and paints it final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I perceive also the music video and the sound, because the music video is legendary as well. It's a very nice location. You know?
The home to home.
Yeah, home to home.
Yes. This is also wonderful. Like we have such nice people around us, friends that we can create together. And that music video we shot with my friend Tim Cavadini. He's a photographer also now, getting into this filmmaking, and just he's so great. And we match so good when it comes to aesthetic and points of view for artistic.
Where do you find the most inspiration, in sadness or in happiness? Because you told me that some of your inspiration for your first fashion show came from missing your place at home.
Yeah,
right?
missing mom. Yeah. I don't know. I think every everything can inspire. Of course, like a melancholic states are more romantic, so they bring also sometimes very good ideas. But it's just any emotion like that can come is not something that it's very defined. So of course for fashion, it's different, because the thing is, what is sad or what is happy, because maybe something that for me it feels sad, I translate it into something that it makes you happy. So I have this dress maybe that for me I felt homesick, and I make it in this heavy state, but then it turned out to be this glowy piece full of embellishments, and it shines, and then someone sees it and it's like, wow, this is so flashy. And so it's, they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and with the music is the same. I might write a song and feel very happy, and the melody goes in this direction or the rhythm goes in this other, and then someone listens to it and it triggers a thought and it makes them sad. So it's, you never really know. You just do something and then you put it into the world, and people consume it in whatever mental state they are, and it touches them different.
Yeah, for me, because I'm a musician as well, but this podcast is not about me or what we do with Drogenkind Berlin, but I think I find most inspiration in sadness, actually. If I'm really happy and if everything is all right and I go with the flow, I just don't have any ideas to write a song.
Okay.
Most of the time. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, but yeah, I started music when I was also missing something when I was young. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, attention or something. It was a little chaotic, and musically and the world of the music I could control. Is that something you find inspiring? That you can control things, you can control the way the fashion looks, you can control the way the music sounds or something? Is that you like to create stuff, or is it just to express feelings, or what do you like the most? To have something in your hands, for example, to show to people, or is it for you, for yourself?
So I mean, mainly, you can believe in these things or not, but I'm a Virgo, so of course I am
what?
a Virgo, a Jungfrau in German.
A Virgo, yeah.
So of course, like it gives me peace, the feeling of control and being with things, like in charge of things. So of course, like it comes out, but I don't do this creating as it comes out and this is about me, and I don't have this approach. I maybe always more writing with the hope of connecting. That's why I love playing live shows. Like there's many musicians that they love studio, they don't like playing live, and I just love playing live. I love seeing the people and creating these connections, and hey, I did this. Do you also feel it? And maybe we can feel it together. And it's the same also, of course, with fashion. Like it comes from the inside, but especially with fashion, you don't have maybe the freedom you got with music, because fashion at the end of the day is a product. At least how I see it. So of course you can go very crazy. At the end of the day, this has to fit a body. This has to be worn. I don't do conceptual fashion or fashion as a art piece. I do fashion from the concept as an object that's going to be used. It can be a very beautiful, pretty object that still has to have a use. And as I say, other designers have an artistic approach from it, and everything is fine. But for me, fashion it's more of a product, rather than music is just. It's where I'm more free when it comes to creating, because you just do, and it's just also so magic when people feel it too. When people at the show and you look at them and you see in the face that they get you, and of course it's like, wow, it's wonderful. You release a song and people write you, oh my God, like this I was listening when I felt like, or I've been listening to it non-stop since this happened, or things like that, and it's like, oh nice, nice. I created reactions. That's so beautiful.
When I hear your song Home to Home, for example, I think about very famous artists, actually. It sounds like, I don't know, one of the hits of Adele, for example, or something. Is that your inspiration as well, or what do you hear
Wow.
mostly? What do you like?
Yeah.
A few artists maybe you like the most, or
Yeah, I mean, as I say, it really goes by mood, and of course I can like this artist, album or song, or for example, I like Lorde from the Melodrama album. I like, of course, Florence and the Machine from the latest album, or Arctic Monkeys. I kind of like everything. I think Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino album, I think, is so underrated. It's such a great masterpiece, and I think time will tell. But yeah, it's just everything. I just love music. It's everything that it's made with intention. That's also something I cannot with things that are just like vomiting into the out, just massively produced. I cannot. Everyone, I think we all have this capacity of sensing honesty, and and this is for me the core of it. Things that are honest. This is what inspires me.
What is your song "Home to Home" about?
Yeah, this was basically, we were driving from Barcelona to Vienna after Christmas, and there was this part, I don't know, it was maybe Switzerland. Somehow it was everything very quiet, snow. It was in the night, and there was a full moon. So it's these nights that are so bright, and everything white with snow. It was glowing, and somehow it's always hard for me to leave Spain to go back to Austria. The reintroduction in Austria it's sometimes a little bit hard, but for the first time I felt also like going home. I was like, nice, I'm going home as well. And then I figured out, cool, it's like two homes, and I had this feeling also of homeless in the sense of sometimes you got both things, but then I was there in the middle of both, and I was in this moving, and then I knew, okay, but in 3 months I go back, and it's this going back and forth, and this thing of being in between these two places, and it was mainly that, and
yeah, cool. Yeah. I was for a few years before. I was traveling from Salzburg to Vienna a lot, and then to Linz, and then to Vienna. So I had it in the small way as well. So it's like for the pendler, you know. It's like for people who work who work in another city, for example. It could also be a song. But okay. And why did you choose this location for the music video? Is there a special reason, or did it just look cool?
No, it just, this is, first of all, it's a hotel. A hotel is a home away from home mainly, but this was of course, like, it's not used anymore. So it's empty, but it's full of this presence of many people, and it's a little bit this, like when you die and you go to the waiting room
to the lobby of heaven,
purgatorio, you know, and you're waiting to tell you, you go here, you go there, and this maybe this state, and it felt a very in between place, and I don't know, it just made sense. Also very majestic. It touched a lot with the music. It did lots, and also they shot I figure they told us there that they shot a Gucci commercial there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they used exotic butterflies. They were still dead all over the hotel. These dead exotic butterflies. It's
okay. Yeah,
really sad, but really pretty.
They just left them there?
Yes, of course.
So they left out. So they died there.
Yeah, they.
Oh my God.
I know, it's very obscure, but
Gucci
pretty.
let butterflies die in a hotel, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news.
Yeah, you know, luxury.
Okay. Have you seen that commercial?
Yeah, then of course I checked it. I loved it. They did this series of they also shot in the Gilead, in Budapest, in the Baths. They did a very beautiful series of films. So, but yeah, I checked, and yeah, it was cool. So, it's also for my fashion designer heart. I shot a music video where Gucci shot a commercial. So, check.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Next stop, Gucci design
my
department, right?
No, I don't want the responsibility. Yeah.
Oh, do you also design for other brands, or is it just Narbon?
No, not for. No, what I do is collaboration. So someone comes, and for example, I have a band comes, they want stage outfits, then we design together, and then I do for them. I produce the looks, and also this is an option of things I do, but it's always under my name.
Was this the case with Conchita Wurst?
With?
Was this the case with Conchita?
No, they're like Tom was borrowing one of my looks. Yeah.
What? He
was borrowing one of my looks.
Yeah, but how do you know him?
There was a stylist. The stylist contacted me and wanted to borrow a couple pieces, and
he just found you on the internet.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, on Instagram probably.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, and I like it. Of course, very good. Everything that represents it makes sense for me. So.
Is there a video of him wearing your outfit?
I don't think so. To be honest, I don't know for what was used. There was a post on Instagram, but I don't know. Yeah, I have to.
There was a post on Instagram.
Sometimes a little bit all over the place and between this and that, and then I don't keep track of things. But I should definitely go back to check where it ended up.
Any other famous persons you provided outfits for?
Yeah, I mean, influencers and people like that, like Elke from Masked Singer was wearing 2 looks for the gala and for the show. Like, yeah, mainly that.
Is it just working by itself, or do you have like a promoter guy or a publisher or managing?
No, it really works by itself. I had it that I know. The thing is, I know I could really go into it, get a PR and so on. But for now, I really want to keep it me making the things. It's still a lot of heart in it, and it's nice. Also, the right people find it when they have to find it, and it grows organically. So that's really good for now.
Wow, yeah. Because I know a lot of designers are trying to make it in the business, but nobody really knows them or is too interested in their designs. So you seem to be quite fortunate about that. That's very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish you the same with your musical career. You have also been on some big stages before, right? What was your biggest, or what was the coolest thing you did in music so far?
What? Sorry.
What was the coolest thing, the coolest gig you had, the biggest stage or something? I don't know. What you?
So I mean, last week, we were playing with Please Madam in the book.
Oh, wow.
It was so nice. There was also like, I don't know, 400, 500 people, and it just felt so good. As I said, the connection, the mood of the people was just right, and this was a really great show. And then, I mean, when we played Reeperbahn, just so nice there to play in Hamburg, and yeah.
Right on the Reeperbahn, on the street? No.
No, the festival. Well, we played on
there is a festival, right on the main.
Yeah, we played on this street because we played for the Enjoy radio. They have a bus, and they have a stage in the bus, and so literally it was the street. But no, then we played, actually Reeperbahn we played in 2018. Our label organized a stage there every year, and then we played there. And then this year we got invited again, but independently from the label, to play again. And then we played in the Hecken. And Hecken, that's the club name.
Okay.
Yeah, a really great location too. So.
Nice, yeah. I know the main place in Hamburg in front of the McDonald's. I think there's also a McDonald's, and I've been there once for a festival. Maybe it was the same
theater,
place.
No?
The beginning of the Reeperbahn. It was. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean it's a wonderful festival. I love it. It's so great there. Every time we were there, it was just so nice.
But what do you like about Hamburg? Is it the weather? Coming from the near of Barcelona and Vienna, I like it in Hamburg. Oh my God, it's raining all the time.
No, but the thing with Hamburg, it actually has a very Barcelona vibe. They really have this international city with a harbor, and it's just wonderful. It has such a great energy. The culture is wonderful. So many things happening, and the city, it's great. I love it with all the the bridges or the water in it. I love this water being so present.
Yeah, it's always very nice to
And
have
the
water
bricks.
present. Yeah, you like Venice?
Yeah, of course. But Venice for me is like, it's difficult to imagine it only as a city. It's like these places that are such an icon. It's like when you go to Paris or and see these specific places that it feels you've seen it so often
Yeah,
that
I don't know.
it's
I
hard
don't
to
know.
feel it.
I don't know what it is about Paris and me. I just can't go along with that city because of the people. I don't know.
Oh
I-
no.
When I went to Venice, I just had 1,000 ideas coming up in my head, and I don't know what happened. I also was writing jokes down and something I was writing all the time when I was in Venice. I don't know why, but
Maybe it's
there's
the food. Maybe you like more Italian food than French
Yeah,
food. Could
I
be.
don't know. But in Paris, I just met the, I guess, worst experiences in my whole
Oh
life.
no!
Yeah?
Oh
But
my god!
when I was first in Paris, I was shooting a music video for a project of mine, and I was near the Moulin Rouge, for example, and I was filming there. And one of the guys from one of the bordels came out of the building, and he was threatening us to hit us if we filmed there. And I was telling him, you know, that's right in front of Moulin Rouge in Paris. Maybe if you don't want to get filmed, you just go elsewhere, you know. I don't know what the
Maybe
problem
you were
is.
not lucky. Oh no!
I was very unlucky there. Yeah.
Yes. Oh no! Because when I was there, it was
Paris.
just really nice,
Okay, it was very nice.
and I really liked
Very
it. But of course, everyone has their
Yeah.
their
Everyone
luck.
makes
Yeah.
different experiences. What are
Yeah.
your top 3 places to be on Earth?
I mean, Hamburg definitely I like. Of course, Barcelona.
Really, number 1 is Hamburg.
No, number one. No,
Okay.
I put them all in the same, so no one feels
Okay.
discriminated. So
Mhm.
there's no number one. There's just a flat line.
Mhm.
So I mean, of course, Barcelona. I really like Madrid a lot. Hamburg, I like a lot. Then I like New York. I was in New York and I liked it there. But then I love Lanzarote, the island.
Mhm.
I cannot say. I just love so many places. I really
You can
cannot.
pick more if you like.
Oh no, but then
It's
I'm
not
gonna
that
make a
strict.
huge list. I just really, I like things. Like, I don't limit much what I like. So
Why would you? Yeah.
yeah, and I think
Good choice.
every city is so, like I was in Amsterdam, or now recently we were in Sweden. We played a gig there, and the people there were so lovely, and there were elks. I don't know. I just cannot say. Earth is so beautiful. There's so much things. Yeah.
What is your optimal future projection? What would you like to have achieved in 10 years?
10
example.
years.
10 years.
It's too long. Can we do 5 years? I cannot say in 10 years.
Okay, let's make it 20.
In 20 years,
20
that's
years.
too much.
What-
It's stressing me.
In which place would you like to be in 20 years?
Oh, wow. I mean, I would definitely like to be going or being more often back in Spain. And yeah, eventually, of course, with the music, to reach more people, to have a bigger community, to tour a lot, because it's just so wonderful. And
Maybe at some point you have to maybe decide, because if music gets too big in your life, you don't have so much time for fashion anymore, right?
yeah,
Maybe you can divide it, but if you're on tour all the time, maybe that could get difficult, right?
yeah, totally. But like for me, I'm someone that I like to be in the present, and that's why also, as I said before, with fashion, I'm not doing getting like PRs. I'm pushing it so. I like to keep it low key how it is now, that I can do both things. Now I can easily go on tour. I can take piece. I can stitch. I can do stuff also away from the atelier. I can be doing things, and as I say, I do these crafted pieces. So
Yeah.
a lot of stuff needs stickerei. That this has to be done. Maybe I like 10 hours. Then cool for a tour. I take 3 pieces and I did all the stickerei. You know, so this
Okay.
is also good. I can do both. And eventually, of course, if I don't know, like the music, it becomes huge, then there's always getting like help growing the atelier, getting people also to work in it. But for now, it is working quite well like this.
Mhm.
Yes.
Very good to hear. So your music career is just starting out now. Your fashion designer career has been established so far, but it also gets better and better every year. I wish you most of luck, and please tell us if you are working on some new songs, because that's how I found you. That's how I got to know you a little bit, and it's also very good to have a good website, because people can stalk you on the web and get to know you a little bit.
That's my graphic designer.
Yeah, that's the
thing.
past, right?
Yeah, this is I do all the like the website of Atzur, the merch, and all that. Also with the video, home to home, I did post production, and together with Tim, we did color grading, we did the cut, typographies, all these things. Yeah.
Oh, so you cut the video yourself, right?
With Tim, together with him, we both did, and the color grading, and yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
so
the more you know, the more independent you are, you know?
Yeah. So
the less you depend on other people.
The question actually is, what can't you do, right?
Oh, I cannot dance.
You cannot dance?
I cannot. I have to. I mean, I can let everyone feel the music, and but I cannot like dance. That's an artistic quality. I cannot.
Maybe you could learn it. Have you tried to learn it?
Definitely. It's on my list. When I have the time, I'll definitely hit a dancing studio and learn.
So the stereotypical Spanish illusion of you dancing with castañets, for example.
I cannot. Also, I'm from Catalonia. This is in the south. They have that, but in the north we have more like sardanas.
What is that?
It's a dance, Catalan dance. You do it in a circle, and it's more about feet movement and with the hands like that. So it's more static. It fits better to me.
So you could provide the outfits for dancing stars, but you cannot be on the show yourself, for example.
No. I leave it to the professionals.
Yeah. Would you like to stay independent always as a fashion designer, or can you imagine to work with a big brand as well, for example, with a collaboration or something? If Fendi calls you, please design our new collection, would you do that?
Very well. I'm fine with being free or independent, but of course it has to make sense, not just that, of course, like feeling wise, that it's something that alienates with my ethics. Definitely, I will be fine. But for now, I love just being my boss, me deciding and where and when to work. Anyway, everyone I think is realizing that this 9 to 5, 9 to 7, however they call it, office life, it's not maybe the best for productivity. I'm not productive up until 11 or 12, but then I can be at 10 in the night suddenly super creative, and I think this happens also with a lot of people, that they have different rhythms. So,
do you think it's important to follow your dreams, or to inspire people with a Kollektiv podcast to go their own way? Because you're, of course, obviously one example of a person who is going her way, and you seem quite lucky and happy.
Okay, I mean, there I have to again go a little bit political, because most of the times it doesn't depend on having the dream or having the passion, but having the resources. A lot of people has a dream, has a passion, have the energy and the capacity of doing it. They just don't have the money, and there's still a thing that it's a class. And of course, you see a lot of people talented and doing a lot of stuff, really good, of course, but they had a background that allowed them to do. And doing this, what I'm doing is it's a jump to the void when you don't have a backup. So of course you're willing to risk it, and then it doesn't work, you're going to be fine with it, cool. But as I say, it's a privilege. Not everyone can just do it, you know. People need to eat and need to pay the rent. So yes, I think this is usually people with a lot of talent that don't have the resources get mentally sick, because there's all this culture of just do it, go for it, and they're like, I cannot. And this is, I think, not the discussion. So of course everyone with a talent should pursue it, but mostly you cannot. So I would say more about maybe creating some system, some support system, organization that allows people with great ideas to work, and the already existing ones to maybe support the right people and not the already privileged, you know. But I won't go much into that because I'm not famous enough to give opinions about that in a very clear way, you know. I don't want to create enemies. I'm still at the beginning. But yes,
Okay,
of course.
Lady Gaga is calling.
Oh my God, no. I already pissed her off. No, I like her. Of course, it's great.
You like her outfits?
Yeah, I mean, with her it's more like, of course, when it comes to fashion, I like to not just, or in general, not critic based on my subjective point of view, but from an objective point of view, she created very solid icons in the fashion history. So cool for that. Yes. I had to think of the meat outfit. This you couldn't simply not do nowadays. Yeah, she would be cancelled.
What do you think the resources have to be a creative artist? And mentally, of course, you have to be stable enough to produce something if you want to do that. But you talked about music. I think today with a normal laptop, for example, or even with a smartphone, you can also record music. You can also record ideas, get people to talk with people, maybe find a producer that does it for free, like like me, for example. At the moment, I'm not free for everyone.
Oh my God.
Not free for everyone, but if I like somebody and if I like the style of the music, I'm also composing. You know, I'm not only recording, I'm writing songs, and most of the time so far I've done everything for free because it's just my
Don't
my
say it
passion.
so loud, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, of course, creating by itself,
For
you
example,
can do all the time.
You know, it's always the same. The parents always think their children are the best singers in the world, and when you hear them, it's like, oh my God.
Oh no, but I think it's
How
so.
do I say that?
I have to say, it's something. It's so nice that parents support. It's better
Yeah,
than
yeah.
a dad, a mom that is like,
Yeah, sometimes.
you suck, you know. Then you create a childhood trauma.
If the child really loves to sing, but I think sometimes they get a little bit over encouraged to do that.
Oh no.
Oh, it's such a wonderful voice.
Oh.
But
You're talking some personal experience that touched you, eh?
yeah, luckily I was able to wind myself out of that situation to have to record that.
Yeah, of course, one should not let oneself be abused. It's normal when you
Yeah.
are creative. People come to you but you have fun. Why don't you do it? And
I think it's the most important part of being creative, not to get destroyed, actually.
and also respect yourself and respect
Yeah.
your work, and that your work has a value.
And try to keep having fun doing it and not
Yes.
doing it as a profession. Have you had sad parts in your life? Because you told me you were a little deaf, and
But this
you do it when you speak. You talk with your hands.
but this is
It
because
almost
I'm
looks
Spanish.
like just because you're Spanish.
It's like go to Italy, go to every
Stereotype.
southern country, yeah. Like
Okay. Because sometimes it looks like sign language.
no,
if you
but
do
I'm not
something
like
that,
I'm not like deaf, you know. It's just I don't hear good because I think every person.
It's just loud here. You mean?
Yeah, I
The
think
restaurant, yeah.
I don't know. I haven't met anyone who's like I hear like so good. You know, I hear the pigeons there in the street. Like it's normal. But no, the gesticulation is just. That's also something in Austria. People, it's more stiff in their body
Yeah.
language. But of course, in the south, we move and we talk with hands. And
Just
I think
because I'm Spanish is good.
yeah, it just it helps with communication when the body it goes with it. Maybe my mom doesn't speak anything but Spanish, and she went all over the world, make friends all over the world, and had exciting conversations with people just because if you want to communicate, you find ways. So body language is the thing. It's important.
You want to talk about your sad stories, your sad parts in life?
Well,
Have you had any?
Yeah,
long,
but not really.
Long, sad.
Nah, I'll keep that for my therapist.
For what?
For my therapist, I just keep the.
You're in therapy.
Everyone should be, I think. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. It's so nice. I think
It's
mental.
good that you're open about it because yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like, why is it such a? It's like menstruation. People is like, oh my, such a
Oh my
taboo.
God.
Oh my God, no. It's.
Yeah.
Why is it a taboo? If you have a cold and you go to the doctor, you say I was at the doctor, I have a cold, no? And I think mental health is something that is not to be stigmatized and hidden, like it's something nasty or to be ashamed of.
Yeah. Sounds
It's
good.
also you don't need to have like a huge mental health issue, you can also just go, like there's all the coach, like now the people have coaches, or it's like modern gurus, I don't know, but like it's so good to do that, to go somewhere.
In a few weeks we're going to talk in the Kollektiv podcast with a Tony Robbins certified trainer and coach as well. He's like, for example, a coach who can help you in the professional life as well as in your private life and with communication and something. He's not a psychologist, of course, But
look, when you watch movies from the 90s, and I remember they were like, I talk to my therapist, and oh my god, and like the therapy thing was so normal.
In America, right?
Yes, and then I'm like, but they had it in the 90s, and now in Spain also it's more, it's normalized. In Atzur still a thing, like people get uncomfortable, and it's as I say, it's like you got a cold, you go to the doctor, you got some kind of unresolved trauma, you go to therapy, and it's completely fine.
I think that maybe that's a historical thing, because I get it if people in America go to therapy, because of course they're all completely crazy. But in Europe, if you had to go to therapy, you went to an asylum. You couldn't work anymore. You were just locked down in a cellar with other crazy people and got your hair cut all the time.
But this is also, I always think, go to these crazy go to these places and really talk to the people. I don't think you would find this, I don't know what is crazy anyway, you know. I think of course there's clinically
insane person,
insane people, like insane, like, let's say not in the normal, no, but I think nowadays that we can talk about so many things, it's okay, it's health at the end of the day. We're not just a body, you know, so it's also. And a lot of physical stuff starts in the head, so even before getting maybe an antibiotic or something, maybe go talk to someone, you know. Why? Because some people are getting sick constantly, especially now with Corona. There's a lot of things that got triggered, and people just, of course, feel hopeless and start having symptoms, and then you just need a good talk. No, everyone said after a good talk sometimes you feel better, and this is a thing. Did you
have a hard time as well in selling some fashion because of the lesser events in the last years?
Not really, because it's rental. I don't meet the clients mainly. If they buy some, it's shipping. That's it. Everything gets dry cleaned right after. So the season fashion was the same. Actually, with fashion, I didn't feel it. And of course, where I felt it was music, because you cannot play live, and that's super shit. That I really missed. Now every show is like, I don't know, so wonderful. Yeah.
See you on stage then. Thank you for talking about everything, I guess.
Everything.
Yeah, we covered a lot of topics there. Thank you, and see you next time.
See you.